Hi guys, welcome. Queen Pumi here. Welcome. Long time. Welcome. Share in your groups. I'm happy to be here. Missing you guys. It's been a long time. Yes, welcome. Let's chat. Share in your groups. We are here, guys. It's a new government, new dawn. New expectations, new beginnings. Welcome. Queen Pumi here, guys. Parliament officially open today. So let's chat. I'll be sharing the Zoom link soon. You can join in. And let's discuss. Let's get together, guys. You are most welcome. How's your Friday? How's everyone doing? How's everyone, guys? It's a new dawn. Everyone is here. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to share. My video. Welcome, guys. We are live. Tell me where you're watching me from. I'll be joining you in a bit. I'm here. I'm just trying to share in my groups before we get started. I'll be sharing the Zoom link as well, so we can just chat about what's going on. My system is a little bit slow. Hello. I see you. How are you? What's wrong with Matomola? I don't know. Hi, Clement. I see you from Solwezi, Clement. Hi, guys. Chichi, looking good. Thank you. Mishek, I see you from Siavonga. Guys, welcome. Join in. Then, as discussed, I'll be sharing the link soon. Welcome, guys. Let me share the link. You can join in. We are just hanging out today, nothing serious. Parliament opened, so it's a big day. It's a big day in the new government. Parliament opened, so, and our first lady, she was looking awesome, representing Zambia. She was wearing a nice dress, red and yellow and black overcoat. Just simply stunning, representing Africa. Yes, that is what we want. We want, to be represented well as a country, as a people. I'm pasting the link there if you want to join in Zoom. I've just pasted the link. You can join in. Let's chat, guys. Chimba from South Africa, good to see you. Yes, Ragi Charlie, always my #1 fan. Yes, my Kasuli Ragi, I see you. Anderson Moyani, Moya Mubotu. Thank you. I see you guys. I miss you. Good evening. Clement, I see you. Great works, madam. Yes, it's teamwork always works. Teamwork is the best, guys. When you work as a team, things happen. So today we have seen our government in power. Our government was at Manda Hill. It was great to see all the gallant freedom fighters, everyone looking good. It's a new government, it's new beginnings, new hope. We are looking forward to a better Zambia. We did the right thing by voting in the right people who care for Zambia. So we are excited, guys. Good evening. I see you, Clement. Share, share, share. I see you, Raggy. Philemon Piri, welcome. Rebecca Mutale, welcome, guys. Let's share, let's chat. Share in your groups. It's been a while. We've been offline, but now it's time to come together once in a while. We can come together and just discuss what's going on. Yes, we are going to give the government some more time. We are not here to criticize the government. We are not here to criticize President Hakainde Hichilema's government. We are here to give them support that they need. We realize that this is the infancy, it's new beginnings. They will need time to form their teams to work and get Zambia back on its feet. So it's awesome. I'm happy. I'm so excited. But today on my part, I just wanted to discuss a few things that I wanted to share, which will help Zambia. I'm just sharing in my groups. I see you, Rebecca. Welcome, my sister Philemon. I see you. Rebecca, would you want to greet our fans before we proceed? I'm just sharing in my groups. I see Rebecca is not ready. So guys, yeah, we are here. We are here. It's a new dawn in Zambia. It's a new dawn in Zambia. We are here to support the new government. And we are here also. My role today, what I want to discuss today is what we can do as a youth, as Zambians. What can we do to help the government? Because I know a lot of people, they are expecting ministers or government officials to change Zambia. But Zambia is not going to be changed by government officials. Zambia will be changed by teamwork, by all of us Zambians coming together. This is what I want to discuss to say. Today is a mindset, a change of mindset for all Zambians to work as a team. This is my point today. I'm just wanting to discuss to say Zambia will be developed by all Zambians coming together and changing our mindset. I know we are looking to the ministers, to the government officials to give us jobs, but you know, jobs are limited. So these are the things that I want us to discuss. Join the panel. How can we make Zambia better? I know I've been reading a lot of people, they are expecting jobs, they are expecting to be employed. But for me, the UPND manifesto is a manifesto of empowering youth, industrializing the country. And if we are going to industrialize Zambia, we need investors, we need an entrepreneur mindset. If we have a worker mindset to say we all want jobs, then we are not going to progress. We'll end up in the same situation where Chinese are hiring us, we are working for Indians, we are working for Lebanese. That needs to change, guys. We are with a government that is there to promote, empower Zambians. UPND has promised to empower local Zambians, build Zambia through Zambian workforce, empowering Zambians to own mining licenses, empowering Zambians to start industries, get loans, youth development. So this is what I'm here to discuss. As youths, let us change our mindset and look to an entrepreneurship mindset. There is more money when you are an employer, when you are self-employed. You can do so much. If you have a worker mindset, you'll be limited because your job can only pay you so much. So that's what I'm here to discuss, guys, to say, let us discuss how we can take Zambia forward by encouraging a business mindset. Let us look to be investors in the new government and tap into the many programs that are going to be made available in this new government. I know there is a new Ministry of Technology, Science and Technology. That is huge. I'm really impressed with that initiative, the new position which the government has taken to, to create that new ministry, because we are living in a global world. We are one world which is globally and technologically, scientifically connected. So we need to tap into our young youth who have credentials, even those who don't have credentials, those who are looking forward to work in this ministry of science and technology. This is the way of the future. The future is going towards science and technology. Look at the pandemic. The pandemic changed the face of the business, the face of a business in the whole world. We are more on using technology and electronic media. Everything is electronic. And as Zambia, we need to tap into our own talent of the youth to learn or to create our own systems. Look at Rwanda. I think Rwanda, they are creating their own cell phones. So I see a day when in Zambia, we have a lot of youth who are intelligent, who have ideas. We need to promote these initiatives and see a situation where Zambia, even one day, we can make our own cell phones. We can make our own, COVID testing kits. So this is what we are, what I'm fighting for, and encouraging youth to say, let us be looking forward to an entrepreneur mindset rather than, being employed. Welcome, guys. Good evening, Shepi. Is it Shepis? I see you. Fanwell, I see you. Yes. Anderson, you are looking like our first lady. Yes, Mutinta is my sister. We come from the same. Mutinta is, I don't know if she's my big sister or young sister, but we are related. Genes don't lie. Thank you so much. Yeah, Smacky, I'm feeling better. Yes, guys, join in. Let us discuss. Welcome. Otherwise, what do you think? I have somebody's on the call with me on the line. Philemon, welcome. What is your comment on technology, on what I've just said? Welcome, Philemon. So, guys, join us, share in your group. I have posted the link. Yes, Philemon, Mr. Piri, welcome. Looks like Mr. Piri has a bad connection.
Thank you very much.
Yes, welcome, sir. How are you?
Yeah.
Okay.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. I'm fine.
Hello?
Yes, I'm here. You can go ahead.
Hello?
Yes, you can go ahead.
Yeah. You have talked a lot of it, especially. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. First of all, I'd like to for giving me this opportunity. The first thing which touched me most to your topic, in order for us to develop, first of all, our mindset should be in tune. Because even if the government may say they may provide this and that, but if on our own, our mind is not ready.
Okay. So we are having a problem with the audio. So guys, welcome. I'm here to discuss how can we make Zambia better? Like what our ambitions, what our aspirations. I said earlier that a lot of people, they are looking for jobs in the new government, but what I'm here to say is that one, we must change our mindset from being employees to business owners. There is a lot of youth in Zambia. Some of you are intelligent with qualifications. Some of you who don't have qualifications, we are going to work with the government to partner and create skills for all of you. what I want to say in short is that the UPND government is going to support entrepreneurship. We want Zambians, actually the UPND has said that they are going to empower Zambians to own businesses first, and then if we need to subcontract, then we contract to Chinese or other foreign nationals. I think this is a standard global procedure. Anywhere where you go, governments, they give priorities to the citizens. I'm here in the United States. Even when you get a visa to come and work, they actually screen to make sure that there are no local people who are suitable for that job before they consider foreigners. So as a country, I would like to applaud the UNDP government for taking this initiative to ensure that Zambians are empowered. So for me, I just want to encourage you by youth to say, look into being entrepreneurs, change your mindset. You are going to see more benefits out of being employers or business owners. So that being said, how do we change our mindset? I wanted to talk about a few things that affect us as Zambians. I was just in Zambia last week, and I went to a government hospital, and I arrived at the government hospital. It was lunchtime, and I was being told that I asked one of the nurses there, the personnel. They were like, "Madam, it's lunchtime." So, and then right there, this is what we need to change. When you go to a hospital, you are sick. These hospitals should be running 24/7. This notion of saying it's lunchtime, everybody's at lunch, it has to go. I am appealing to the UPND government to change this. So what happens is if somebody, because when you get sick, you don't choose the time to be sick, right? When you get sick, you don't choose the time to be sick. If you happen to arrive at the hospital at lunchtime, so you have to wait. Yesterday, I saw a video. I think it was Kitwe Central Hospital, where one of the top, opposition presidents was complaining. There were people in line for almost a whole day waiting to be treated. So this is what we are saying, guys. Ministers, permanent secretaries, government officials will be appointed, but there are people who are working in these departments have been in those jobs for years. And that's what we need to change, is our mindset. Like, I think we should have a robust system to train all Zambians to have a global standard of customer service care. I have lived here in the West for over 20 years, and customer service is key. Everyone is proud of their job in these developing countries. Everyone is proud. Starting from the garden boy, starting from a worker who's working at McDonald's, they are all proud of their jobs. They do their job diligently. If you go to a hospital, the customer service clerk who's booking you, they are on it. So this is the mindset, the culture that we need in Zambia, is for ownership. If we are working in a restaurant, let's welcome people. Make them feel comfortable. I went to a restaurant somewhere is it Arcade? We went there, we sat like for 10 minutes. Nobody came to talk to us, so we left. So this is what I'm saying is like, we have a new government, but even us as Zambians, let us change our customer service approach. Let us be proud of our jobs. If you are working even in a hospital, in a ministry, if you see someone, ask them, are you okay? Do you need help? What can I do for you? We are being paid. Everyone is paid to do the job. So I think that we need a robust training of customer service skills in Zambia. This is really, really important. And these things don't just happen. It means training. I've been here in the United States 20 years. What I know about customer service is training. Everyone is trained. I stayed at one of the hotels. It's a South African chain hotel. You can tell to say the workers there, they have a different mindset. Immediately you walk into a room, into the hotel lobby, everyone is like, "Can I help you, madam?" In the same Zambia, but if you go to government facilities, people don't really care, you know? They look at you, they look the other way. It's lunchtime. So what if it's lunchtime, I'm sick? I need to be helped. In developed societies, lunchtime, you actually must have people on duty, cross-trained people who can handle any situation. People don't choose when to be sick. It happened to me last week. I went to a hospital. They were like, "You know what, it's lunchtime," but I only wanted a COVID test. Now imagine if I was sick, you know? So this is what we are saying. Zambians, we need to help ourselves. We have a new government in place. Let us support that government. The video I saw of Kitwe Central Hospital, it is not the minister. Do you expect the minister to come and start writing cards or, you know, processing people in the queue? No, it's the workers. These workers in the various ministries have to change their mindset. That is the topic of contention today. Is like, Zambia, we need to change our work ethic. We need to step up to a plate and treat each other with respect as customers. We are all each other's customers. For example, if I'm a nurse, I might need to go to a school tomorrow. And if I'm mistreated at the school, how will I feel? Actually, I think like people like Bakonenas or Bakaponya, I think they offer better customer service than some of these government departments or ministries. When you are going on a trip, these Kaponyas, they help you. Which bags do you have? You know, Kaponyas have a better customer service skill than people in these government departments or organizations. And we are saying we need to put our act together and improve. It's a new challenge. HH is not going to come to your department or ministry to tell you what to do. Treat each other how you want to be treated. That's the message I have for Zambians. Let's move forward. Let's have great customer service. Customer service is important because it is the key. Everyone needs to be proud of their job. I'll give an example. Like here, if you go to a hospital in America, the clerk will be proud to help you. "Madam, are you okay? Can I help you?" You know, everyone is doing their part. It's like we are all connected. It's a network. It's teamwork. For these ministers to succeed, you have to, you have to follow their lead, follow instructions, and let's all do our jobs diligently because we are being paid. So I think I end here. That was my topic today. It's just like, you know what? The die has been cast. The ball is set, you know? The government is in force. So what do we need to do? We all have a part to play. The same way we voted to ensure change in government, let's not sit back and wait for things to happen. No, we are all part of this change. We all need to do our part. I don't care if you work in a school, if you work in a hospital, if you work in at a passport office, So these are the things that I'm saying. And also I wanted to touch a little bit about, we campaigned against corruption, and corruption is only going to end if we are all accountable, if we are all whistleblowers, if we see something wrong and we speak against it. Corruption is not going to end if you see someone being corrupt. A manager, for example, charging 20,000 kwacha to hire somebody. We should be able to report directly to the office of the president, anti-corruption deck. You don't even need to announce your name. When you report these crimes, people will be arrested. And when people start seeing people being arrested for accepting bribes, they don't know who reported them. This corruption will end. So what I'm saying here is we are all part of the success. We can make this government succeed. We can make this government fail by our action. So I have people on my panel. Welcome, Mr. Musa. You can come in. The floor is yours.
Hello, good evening. Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. Good evening. Welcome.
Thank you so much. I'm so glad to be part of the discussion again.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Good evening, Philemon Piri. Good evening, Fanuel Mubita, and the rest of the panel.
Yeah.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
All right. Thank you so much, ma'am. Actually, I was following you. I was in the bus coming from town, but I could not be able to talk because I was in the public. This is when I'm reaching home now. Yeah, because
Okay.
I always follow. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. I want to talk about customership. You talked about how we handle our customer also matters, because the customers usually brings money into our company or any institute. So on that one, I really agree with you that us Zambians, the way we handle our customers really differs from other places. Looking at the way someone in Zambia, like when you go first, okay, you usually go to restaurants. You can sit in a restaurant for 5 minutes. No one comes to tell you, what do you want, sir? Or can I help you? You're just there until you leave. I think that mentality also brings us to where if we can't be responsible in the job that we are doing, we can't also be responsible in the affairs of the country. So I am also agreeing with you, ma'am, on that one. And also you talked about how we should handle our customers in the new government. Yeah, that's true. We really need to know how we should handle our customers, because even in civics, in commerce, we learned that the way we handle our customers also boosts our business, and our business cannot grow if we are not welcoming to our customers. And what else did you talk about, ma'am, which I did not hear?
So I talked about a customer service and also entrepreneurship, like change of mindset. Youth should actually look to be business owners. I've seen a lot of people saying that, oh, we want jobs. But PND has told us in this part in their manifesto to say they are going to create an enabling environment, meaning giving licenses, loans to industrialize this country. So UPND, they are on track to create Zambia into a production-based economy. One of the reasons we have seen our economy crash is because our economy is an import-based, consumer-based. We are just importing. We don't even buy things like, simple things like if you have for a fiabana, we don't even have a company making such basic things. Underwear, simple shirt we have to import. So what my point is, there are people who are tailors, there are people who are into farming, into technology. If you want to be a miner, you have, the right skills and qualifications. Let's venture into business.
Yeah, I think that one is very, very, actually, I was even thinking about that. We cannot all of us get employed in a company, but we can use our skill to develop ourselves. All we need is to look at what we are based on. Like for me, I'm a video editor, so I'm based on to create movies, adverts, and so on, editing graphics. So what do I need? I have to look for money. I buy a computer, a camera, and I start do that work that can giving me something at the end. Some of us, we are good in farming. We have a land. We have water there. What do we need? Seeds, fertilizer. Let's ask the organization that can help us in finding fertilizer. Let's see, you find fertilizer, people that even when you get a loan, it can help you to buy fertilizer and the equipment that you can use in farming. What am I based on? I'm based on tailoring. I don't have a machine. Let me see, how can I get a loan? I buy a machine and then start work. Let us not think of any employment, thinking of employment. Let's see where we can able to help ourselves so that we can make the job of our president to be a little bit easier by empowering ourselves into businesses, venturing into talents. I've seen people making doormats. It can also be part of an employment. It can give you money at the end of the day. Making pillows. There are so many particular ventures that we can get into and tap into them that can help us to earn something at the end of the day. What am I basically on? I'm talking about empowering ourselves is by us also to be active, not waiting, but know where we can able to do our job properly. What do I have? I have a license. What do I need? A job as a driver. Where should I start? I don't have a car. What should I do? Let me do this and this and this. When I find money, I can start and buy my own car and start work on my own. So that particular thing that we can able to do as for the president or waiting for president to come and take us, no, start work here. That cannot be easier. But let us have an idea. Then where the president can able to help will come in. Where the government can able to help, it will come in. But it start with us first to equip ourselves to see where we are best in. I've talked too much, Mom.
No, you are okay. You are okay. This is what we are here for, you know. So I'm happy to get your input, because this is a people's TV. It's a people for everyone. It's a voice for everyone. We are connected now because of the pandemic. We are connected. You know, it doesn't matter where we are in the world. So actually, it's a good thing because we are learning from each other. So I just wanted to touch on the two things that you are saying. Guys, if you're just joining us, we are discussing today, and our topic is how do we make Zambia a better country? And one of the things which has come up, like myself, I have experienced bad customer service in Zambia. So all of us are each other's customers. Let us treat each other how we want to be treated, you know? If you are in a business, at work, whatever, if someone walks in, rush to them. How are you, madam, sir? Can I help you? What do you need? I went to a restaurant at East Park, and this is an expensive restaurant. I sat there for 10 minutes. No one came to my table, you know? Not even us bringing me water. So I left. I'm like, I'm not going to give you my business if you don't care for me. This is what we are saying, and has been a problem in our Zambian workforce, customer service. So I would like to partner and train people to give customer service skills, world-class customer service skills. We can do Zoom meetings. We can train you, you know. Employers have to hold their employees accountable. If you see an employee is not performing, you let them go. The problem is nepotism. People have these jobs because of whom they know. And then when they go to work, they are just standing there and waiting to collect a paycheck. It's the same as ghost workers that we are having. And in Zambia, I see potential everywhere because Zambia, we are importing everything. From the film industry, let us develop our own film industry. By youth, create a project proposal, go to your ministry, see how they can support you, get started. Tailors, we have a lot of good tailors in Zambia. Why can they not start a huge tailoring industry where they can make even basic things like kids' clothes, underwear, shirts, uniforms, you know? There is potential everywhere, and we are blessed to be in the right place at the right time because our government has promised to support entrepreneurs. So this is what we are saying. If you are ready to come on, Fanwa, you have a comment?
Actually, good evening.
Good evening.
Thank you. So there, I think what I can just comment is that we also need movie industries, you know, that can help. If we look around, we have got many creative youths. So in order to reduce all this, like congestion, me getting employed, this one, GRZ, what? Come on. As for me, I have never been employed before, like from the time I finished my education. I just did a short course in computers. Then I created my own thing from there. Until now, that was 2013. I can also write movies, actually. So far, I have got 3. But we don't have movie industries, okay? We don't have. if that initiative can be like maybe someone can help to create those industries here in Zambia. Because as far as I'm concerned, the copper belt, I hear there is one, it's just blah, blah, this one creates this one, this one, this one. There's nothing like to get youths involved. So I think let's be creative. We don't have to wait for the government to employ us. With our own small source, we can help ourselves. If the government will come in, they can empower us by buying maybe cameras and other things just to help us grow. But for the start, I think we all have to like maybe to have something to do before the government comes in. Don't just sit at home, wait for the government. You are just there seated, no plan. The government, of course, will come, they will give you that money you want. But after they give you that money you want, you don't have any plan. What are you going to do with it? These are the people now who start dancing, what, because you have got nothing to do with that money. So for the start, have an idea. I think I remember our president at once said, me, I went to sell my ideas. There's that saying. So for the start, have an idea. So that by the time we are empowered, you have got something to do. So that you don't just waste that money that you are given or that empowerment. I think that's the only thing I can say. Thank you.
Thank you, Fanuel. So actually what we are here to say is that the environment has been set for young entrepreneurs to flourish under the UPND government. UPND is big on promoting, entrepreneurs. So I'm just encouraging you, by youth, if you have a project, write a project proposal, connect with your ministry and see how they can help you. If you already have something in place, work on it, connect, do something, prepare a legal document, team up, form cooperatives. Rome was not built in a day. Like Zambia, all our industries they have gone, but we can start. With this new government is a new dawn. So let's just all be encouraged to apply, connect with our ministries, with our subject matter experts and see how they can help us become entrepreneurs, UPND has a lot of promises. Read their manifesto, see what is going to work for you, and let's go from there, because the jobs are limited. And I'm saying this because there's a lot of talk about I need a job. Sometimes if you have a business mindset, you can make more money in your lifetime than being in a job. You can actually employ people in your town, and all these are businesses. In Zambia, there are businesses all over being run by foreigners. Why can't we run businesses ourselves? We have the same brains like these foreigners. The only thing is we are not empowered. But UPND has promised to empower us. So we should be ready to take over and start running these businesses. So just start writing your project proposals and be ready to be business owners. Musa, you are next. Musa, your hand is up. You can come in.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am. I'm around.
Okay.
The business proposal, is it going to be, I'm speaking this on behalf of the viewers on the page. The business proposal, is it going to be individual or a group, or or maybe you form up a group of youths, then you make a business proposal, or it's individual? Can you just go alone?
Yes,
or maybe you go.
Yes. I think it's all case by case. Some people, they can do it by themselves. But two is better than one. It's always good to partner up. You can identify people with the same ideas, and you can form a cooperative, a business partnership. There are many ways to do it. You can be a sole trader, by your own. So it just depends.
So, because I have a vision of opening up a movie industry, because here in Zambia we have been stepping on this industry without knowing that there are so many people that are talented in acting, and we can able to produce a lot of movies that can go abroad, worldwide, that people can able to discover now that in Zambia there is also great movies. I know I have a vision of a great movies from Zambia, and calling it Zamwood, because they are Nollywood, but yet can be Zamwood. I have that vision about movies.
Zollywood. So actually, the president-elect, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, said he's going to work with the cast. I think one of the members of parliament is in the Ministry of Arts. I forget his name, but they are going to work to fund the movie called Zambia or KK or something. So the movie industry is huge. We are always watching Nigerian movies, Why can't we watch our own movies with our own stories that we relate to? You know what I mean?
Yeah, so, that's true. Because sorry, ma'am.
Sorry, you are saying what's the name of the movie?
So he was saying in Zollywood, we can have our own Zollywood in Zambia. Hollywood, Nollywood, we can have our own Zollywood in Zambia. People, they are watching DSTV of South African movies. Why can't we have our own Zollywood where other countries are watching Zambian movies? Zambians are very talented,
And actually, the movie that I'm writing as well is called The Criminal Investigation. So actually, we can also have that.
Yes, and like a lot of things in the West, how they make their money. Like you can write a movie about PF. So somebody can write a movie, document how PF came to power and everything they did and all the scandals. That can be a movie, and that movie can be global. It can go viral. People will love to watch the uprise and the downfall of a huge dictator. Because to me, I look at PF as a terrorist organization. It wasn't even a political party because they caused so much terror and crimes against humanity. So these are the ideas that we are thinking. You people who are into movies, create a movie, create a movie, write about PF. Write about PF, how they came, create a movie about what just ended. Because what just ended, the elections that just ended a week, 2 weeks ago are great. It's like a historical event, And generations after we are dead and gone would love to know what happened because it's actually a crime. Like Zambia has been a crime scene.
And actually, I have the plot for that.
Yeah. So
which
Zambia has been a crime scene for
started that was 2018. Yeah, I started that project.
Yeah, so this is what we are saying, guys. Let's just be entrepreneurs and take Zambia forward. Otherwise, I don't have any more comments. We'll try to come live again. And if you guys have anything to say before we sign off.
Are you starting with me, ma'am?
Yeah, you can start if you're ready, yes.
Okay. Actually, there's a lot of things that we have to do to help our president to make the job easier. I know there are people that are listening to me via Facebook that are listening to this discussion. There are so many things that we can do to make our president's job easier by discovering what we are based on. If you are unemployed, you are home, and there is something that you are able to do. but there is a little bit of help that you need. It can be easier you come out and tell that I can do this and this, but there is here where there is a problem. Because if we wait for the government to create employment, there are so many huge of jobs that he has to look at that were wasted by PF government. He has a lot of things to do which were misused by the PF government that he has to correct. So instead of waiting for him, let us ourselves discover where we are good. If you are good in tailoring, I'm sure one of the members of the parliament can even buy you a machine, a tailor machine. But come out as the youth that really need to be empowered. Because job creation takes time. And you cannot be waiting, no, I'm waiting for the day that the government will give me a job. Let us wake up and see where we are. Now we are free. We are no longer in the dictatorship of the PF. Now we are free. So we are free to come out what we can do. We are free to cry out where help is needed. We are free to do anything, even to ask for appointment to go and see the president. We have that power, which we never used to have in PF. So my fellow youths that are listening to me right now on this platform, let us take it as a gift that God has given us to have a time to take part in our talents, music talent. You are good in music, you are good in this. Let's come out. You know, Mr. President came like Moses, redeeming us from Pharaohs. That's my last point. So it's us now in this journey to a promised land to wake up and see where we are best to do. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you,
I'm
Musa.
really appreciating you.
Thank you. I appreciate all your input, and it's good to hear a youth encouraging other youths. So, you know, the president, he has an open door policy, which is excellent, you know, and one of the key to success is to have a listening president. Or if you are a parent in any relationship, listening is key. You have to listen, and then if you don't listen, you won't know what's going wrong. So it's very encouraging. We are all excited to have a kind of government which is caring for the people, and they want to hear from us. And they are ready. It's like they are our parent, is a true parent who is like, when you go to your parent crying, they will always listen. And your parent will always trying to make you comfortable. So this is a situation that Zambia has found itself in, and we are truly blessed. And we hope and pray that God will continue protecting our president so that he does not change. Let him continue with his heart of gold that he has. It's a very rare quality to have in a president. Like when I was at Hero Stadium a week ago, I don't know, 2 weeks ago, I was touched, like, to see how much Bali is loved. The youth, they love Bali. It's like, you can feel it, you know, when they are calling his name. I'm like, wow, this man is loved, you know. And you know what? Love is a reflection, you know. If you give love, you receive love. So Bali has showed us love. That's why even all the youth, they show love to him. Because if you don't give love, how are you going to expect to receive love? So Bali is a loving man. He's a loving father. He's a loving husband. He's a loving president. Oh my God. It's like, how blessed are we? We just have to thank God, and let's not take this for granted. Let's continue praying for him so that he will continue with his God-appointed mission. I see Mr. Jimmy. Welcome. The floor is yours.
Thank you very much, my sister. Good evening. How are you?
Good evening. I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm a blessed man. I'm calling all the way from Windhoek, Namibia.
Oh, amen. I've been to Windhoek. It's a nice town, yes.
It is a nice town, small but nice.
Very nice and clean.
You see, God chooses leaders and removes leaders. And I think with the HH is a Moses of Zambia, as we speak now, taking his children from captivity in Egypt all the way to the promised land where there is milk and honey. But let us not take this for granted. And I repeat it. Let us not take this for granted. Let us grab the opportunities that Bali has opened up for the youth. I'm very happy to hear that the budget is going to be centered more in the rural areas, in the constituencies and the provinces, so that the management or the leadership of that province, who knows what is good for the people around their constituencies, can have the development there. In other words, he's trying to remove away a concentration in the cities, and people must go back home. But you cannot go back home when there's nothing to do. But if they develop the rural areas, whether it's Imusho, where in the eastern province, they are very far away, I don't know, if those places are developed, there's no one who would want, actually, who wants to be in the city anyway? It's too congested. Like me here, I'm a loosely speaking person who grew up in Zambia. I'm a thoroughbred Zambian anyway. So when I hear that things are going to be better now, I followed his speech when he was opening parliament. Some of us have got tracts of land, Sesheke. You know what Sesheke is?
Yes, I'm from Sesheke. My dad is from Sesheke.
Oh, it's a small road. Sesheke, my dad comes from Sesheke.
Yeah,
My
so I am Lozi
yeah.
from Sesheke. I'm queen of Sesheke.
I'm the king of Sesheke.
Oh, okay. See, we have connected.
My take on that one is, if we can develop land there, now that the constituencies and the council and the ministers of Western Province, we talk to them, the council I know is the Kangombe. People can talk to Kangombe, who is the councillor of Sesheke there, or the member of parliament for Sesheke. If people can.
Looks like we are losing my brother Philip there. So what Mr. Philip was trying to say is, like, the president in his speech, he talked about decentralization, and we have a lot of urbanization because there is nothing happening in the villages. In the rural areas, there is nothing happening there. So people move to the cities so they can have the piece of the development. And that is one of the reasons why PF lost this election. Because I was in Lusaka last week. And when I went to the inauguration ceremony, we had to use a detour because the Great North Road was closed. We went through Mandevu. Oh my God. It was like a nightmare. I felt so sad, driving through Mandevu, looking at how people live in Mandevu. It broke my heart, people. Honestly, you people in Mandevu shouting Matero. Those areas, we need to build new accommodation infrastructures in clean areas, and after we build new housing, we raise those townships to the ground and build fresh structures. Those areas are not fit for anyone to be living there. The same time I went to Kablonga and Woodlands, it's like, oh my God, am I in Zambia? So this is what we are saying. We want a wholesome development, even if, we are not saying everyone is going to be in a high cost area. People in the lower cost should have the same facilities: clean roads, water, decent shelter, housing, education. It's actually heartbreaking. It broke my heart to drive in Mandevu. I couldn't even take a picture. I was just numb. I'm like, you know what? This is Zambia after 56 years, And someone shouting, Alebwelelapo. Alebwelelapo kuisa. So they develop all these areas in the high cost areas. And then how many votes are in there? How many votes are in Woodlands, Kablonga, or whatever, compared to how many votes are in Mandevu, Mtendere, Kamwala, all those areas where people, they are just living? It's like, wow, really? Do these people even live drive around Mandevu to see how people are living? It's sad. It's actually sad. it is a crime. You know what PF did is tantamount to a crime. And them developing woodlands, they are shop, like every corner you turn, there's a shopping center, there's something, the roads are tarred. It's like a paradise. You can even forget you are in Zambia. And then you drive 30 minutes to the next township, there, Baulen or whatever, is deplorable. And these are people who have moved from the villages to come to the city to try and get a better life. But you know what? I think people in the villages, they live better than some of these people in these squatter townships. Musa, your hand is up.
Yes, ma'am. Sorry, I had forgotten something to ask from you. I hope you have seen the message that I've sent direct into your inbox through the Zoom line.
Okay, let me see it. Oh, okay, I see it. Yeah.
Yeah, because last time you promised me, I waited and waited until
today.
I
missed the night. I added a few people. I'm sorry. Let me just write the number down. Yeah.
All right. That's all, ma'am. Because I just want to be able to be a youth that is active in current affairs, to be active participant in all the government affairs. If there is any youth that is listening to me right now, let it be our responsibility as youths to take part into current affairs. Tomorrow we might be the leaders. Let us copy from our leaders that we have today and see how they are managing the country. That's why we had a long leader, because he never used to follow how those who fought for PF to be in power, the way they used to do the things. So us as leaders, as future leaders, it's our time now to be following how the government is run, the current affairs, so that we can, all of us, we can be able to be updated exactly how they are running the country. We may never know what comes tomorrow. It will be maybe our time, so that we can run this country better, continuously better.
Thank you. Rebecca and Peter, you want to come in? Welcome. Welcome, Rebecca.
Okay. Good evening, Madam Pome.
Good evening, Rebecca. Hi, Peter. Rebecca, you can go ahead, and then Peter.
Okay. Yeah, me, I just want to just congratulate the president. The speech was so was so wonderful. You know, it made our morale to be very high. What he said, because we're expecting a lot from our new government. So we just want to encourage our president that, you know, they cannot do a lot of things just now when they were just elected. But the way we are seeing, I think this government is going to do a lot of things for this country. I was just disappointed with the Madam Jean Kapata Kampiongo when he said that, you know, HH promised the free education. When did the UPNG go into power? It was on the 12th of August, and then they started. They've just clocked a month, and they haven't even started touching other places. So there's no way you can start crying for free education, because the money which the country had is still with these people. They store the money. You know, they are having the money in their houses. And then now they are crying for free education. What did they do? The PF have been in power for 10 years, and they never gave our children free education. We have been suffering, and even now people are still suffering. The way you've been explaining that, you know, you passed through Mandevu, and you know it was so pathetic. People suffer, and those are the people who live in compounds. Those are the people who have votes. They are the ones who put these people to be presidents, to be ministers, wherever they are. Votes come from the compounds. But, you know, you find the people who suffer most are the people who live in compounds. These who live in in the Woodlands, Kablonga, Ibex, McKinney, most of them, they don't vote. They have no time for voting. People who vote are these same people who live in these low shanty compounds. We call them shanty compounds here. So now there's no way you can start crying for, free education. Jean Kapat was saying, no, 2026 PF is going to bounce back. I looked at that woman. I thought, my God, this woman, she's not normal. Who can vote for PF in their right senses? You just stand up and go vote for PF in 2026. Even if, we had those 1,800,000 people who voted for PF. I don't know, that's the sign of showing that we have people who are not very, very normal, who don't think. Because a normal person, you can never vote for PF. If she's saying, they want free education, why did they give the free education to people when they were in power? They failed to do that. People are suffering. She says, no, we know that, we didn't do well. People are still starving. And she can come out and say that because she has the money in the house. They were selling mukula trees. They stole all the money. They had to root this country. And we thank God that, we stood by we stood on our own to vote for them to remove them out of power. Because if they had won, there was no more Zambia to be caught, because we would have suffered more with this type of people. They are not even ashamed to start, saying that, we are coming back in 2026. Who's going to vote for them? That's what I wanted to contribute.
You know what, my sister? Actually, these people, they are talking now. Now that the government is formed, we have different ministers in place. These ministers are going to appoint their teams. And we will find that the Anti-Corruption Commission, DEC, the judiciary, all the law enforcement will swing in action. These people, they belong to jail. Let them talk now, because once each one of them is going to be screened and scrutinized, and if they have a case to answer, they will be taken to court. Our president has said that there is going to be total separation of power. We have heard people paying money to people who are close to our president so that they are not prosecuted. Guess what? If you paid money so that you are not prosecuted, you just lost your money. And that money, you are also going to be prosecuted on that bribe as well. Those days are gone. It's actually mocking Zambians for like we are in a genie, to for free education. You had 7 years, you never gave free education. Then you loot our coffers. The Bank of Zambia is empty. Zero ngwe. Free education. Do you think Zambians are stupid? I always say this. I'm like, you know what? This PF, I don't know.
They are not normal.
They're a terrorist organization.
And the other Nani, who is this one? Inoki, is it Inoki Tonga? He keeps on saying that's rubbish. That speech is rubbish. So I don't know these people, if they are, they are like teaming up the way it was when we had these campaigns, like in Edith Nawaki. They are still talking. Whatever the president says, they are busy rubbishing it out. I don't know what they really want, But if you look at condemn by PF, they failed to tell them. They were just quiet. And then government, they want to be criticizing everything. They have to criticize. Abama Christians of Lungu, we call them Christians for Lungu. They are demonstrating, saying scrap off the minister of religious. What was that ministry doing? It created a lot of hate in this country. We had a lot of problems, of which people who are supposed to bring together people were those same Christians. But we are surprised. Those people who are calling themselves bishops and the pastors, they were pastors of destruction. There's nothing they did. The only thing they did was getting money from the government, which they were funding to that ministry. No kwamba divide abantu. Umuntu wakwalesa who calls himself is a pastor, is a bishop. You are supposed to bring the country together. The people of Zambia, they were supposed to be put together by those some people. Those are evil people, very evil. And now they are crying for that ministry to be to be brought back. Who is going to bring back the ministry? Where is the money going to come back to be funding that ministry? Because that ministry, it was the West ministry, and I even thank the president that he disbanded that ministry. We don't need that ministry to come back. You know, however, Joshua Band, I don't know whether he's a bishop or I don't know. He was busy getting money from State House. They even started corrupting our churches. When you see these people coming to church, violate MP, and next you see, somebody preaching in front, preaching hate. They even dominated our church, the Catholic Church. Our priest, Father Lupupa, was also saying, no, if these people go ahead, the best thing is to rig the election. How come the entire priest, preaching in front of the Christians, telling them that, we are going to rig the elections, which was uncalled for because of the same ministry which they had created. That ministry was, those Christians were for Lungu, not for every Zambian. Because if it was for the Zambians, to be kapamo, but they created more hate. So in a ministry, the fasting for 40 days, it will never come back. So in the land, Woodlands, the one they got here, our Minister of Tourism, it has to be gotten back because we've seen mansions which are built there, Kashinga Manga and Nama Church, full. So they just have to get those buildings. If it's demolished, if they fail, that there's those houses, government, Pangama clinics or make universities for our children. It's too much by PF Mandini. Bachine Milan Tavarama no prosecute. Let these people, your fast track, the one I was very happy when the president said he is going to create a fast track court for these people so that they go fast court, not 2 years, 3 years, the evidence in Shiapa. For a cafe within weeks, people start revealing where they've taken the money, they arrest them, get convicted. Prison. It's too much. We can't have people like that rooting the country. Others are even running away, like Akaka, governor of Zambia, resigning on his own when they haven't even fired him. You should have waited to hand over. Why, resign? There was no need for him to resign. He would have remained there so that they come and audit him properly. So wherever he is, now he's going to be followed until he pays back whatever he has gotten from there.
Yeah, what you have said, Rebecca, is really true. This Ministry of Religious Affairs, it was just a way of bringing all churches together and a way of the government controlling churches. Zambia is a Christian nation, so more than, I think, 90% of us, we are Christians. And so this ministry was actually created to control Zambians through the church.
Yeah.
And what this PF did was brown envelopes. Pastors won't say. So Mulamuma Chechi, pastors, they couldn't say anything against PF. That's why they are saying the Christians for Lungu. It was a control mechanism, and we don't need that anymore. That's why we don't even need a Ministry of Religious Affairs. We have enough churches in Zambia, and all these churches have direct access to State House. So why should we have a third party in the middle? Everyone has a direct access to a church, to the State House.
Yeah.
So it's good riddance to bad rubbish. They did. The only church that I'm proud of who stood up is Catholica. But even some of the Catholic priests, they were compromised. But the Catholic mother body, it stood for the people. I love Catholic because they always stand with the poor.
For sure. Especially our former Archbishop Tres Pompondo. He stood with the poor. He made sure that PF has to go. They even hated him. They started insulting that man, saying, let him remove his gown so that he comes in the political arena so that they can, they showered him with all sorts of insults. Kampiongo, he should just, wait for his fate. He should not even stand up and start saying, we need to check. What checks and balances is he going to check there when he knows Those are the people who are in the forefront who store. They can even have the audacity to talk about ZNBC that they're not being covered. Now they've seen if each karipa inga chiripari iweta ulemona. Rianomba cha kukonka iwelo wachimana chitachiri win. But ZNBC, they never used to cover our president. They never used to cover any political, any opposition. They were only covering, the only thing when you go on TV, it was the lungu. No, but they want to cry the loudest after just 1 month in. But ZNBC is not covering them. Let them also see the way.
Let them use the Facebook. Kairi fatu alebo mfya Facebook. Wale tuseka. Ati you ni party hapa Facebook. Huyo president wa white delete Facebook account yao. Let them all use Facebook.
Yes, let them use. They even closed the movie TV. They closed Prime TV just because movie TV and Prime were covering the opposition. So they went and closed. So that, we had nowhere to run to. The only way it was Facebook, So these people, let them feel it.
This is our time. This is time for UPND. Let them get it. Let them accept it. The sooner they accept the reality, the better it will be for them and everybody. This is time for UPND. You had your time, you misused it. Now, if you're fast track court, if you are cleared, you'll be cleared. I don't know, whatever prisons.
And did you see Davis Muilabadi Batwala ku GEC? They investigated, they found that he had deposited 130 million into Animwito. I don't know this Animwito where she works. And your 130 million the deposit more account yakwe. She's a civil servant. And GEC were seen at her office. They even collected some files from her office. So Naena, she has also been summoned. Indalama bale, even Indalama bale deposit more account 130 million kwacha. That's a lot of money. More account. Davis Muila. Imagine. Ichaba kuti chaba chalo echo. Abantu balesanga na million musango for just one deposit in somebody's account.
Abantu balefuna kushita panado. Mufipatala tamuli panado. Panado, how much is panado? Mubale yanga shempia kwa chikatuishi. We.
Ngabambo kula bakakati bale bachita persecute. No, we cannot,
They deserve it. They deserve it. This is public fund. It's embezzlement.
So
these people, they have salary on top of salary. Wale bika po kuiba. Mone ni chalo for baba ona ule chalo. Badi ona ule chalo mwanzini. It's actually heartbreaking.
Yeah. So I'm wondering, it's 130 million into somebody's account. Why I stand at deposit?
Retirees, some of us need 300,000 kwacha. But if you walk to repeat,
can you imagine? And
maybe katuishi ngali ala bomba no kubomba katuishi. 130 million. That is enough to square off all of us retirees. What pera? Ngan 1 million. What pera? Chapwa. Case closed.
No, but they have managed to be given.
Musa, you are next. We can close. We'll continue. We'll try to come on. We pick a topic and then we can just discuss. But PF, be quiet. Your time is over.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am, for another privilege. And thank you so much to Rebecca Mutale for your information. Thank you so much. I want to talk about the involvement of Christianity and politics that make a bad mixture. That's why you find that pastors of today, they will be given those names because, politics and the Christianity, they don't match. And that ministry was their awkward ministry. It doesn't make sense. Why having that ministry when they are churches? as if here there are no churches. Each church has got their own meeting, their own meeting, and make a ministry. That ministry of religious ministry, I was also against it. It doesn't mean that I'm not a Christian, but I was just seeing it as involving politics into Christianity. These things, Christianity is there to balance up politics in guidance, but not into that, say, no minister of religious minister. I think that wasn't there from 1964. We've never had that. And also talking about people that are speaking, like you are talking about Nawakwi speaking against those noise that we are hearing around, those noise, it happens even in our society when the one that they never knew that would do well has done well. God is the one who chooses leaders, and there is a purpose why today our president is in the State House. And let those who are corrupt be judged according to what they did in the previous government. Let's talk about the money that was being spent off. Today, the president says there's no money in the coffer. Some say, no, there's money. There's what? Let those people who committed the crime face the consequences. It's not our president who's going to punish them, because this, what they did is not for individual, but it's for the country. They had gotten the money for the country, not for President HH, but for the country. So let them face their consequences than making such noise, which I'm hearing about. And let me say the last word is, thank you so much, ma'am, for making this happening, to give us the platform to speak, because it's rare to have these platforms. Thank you so much, ma'am. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Musa. Thank you. So we are just saying that, you know, this noise, people crying for a Ministry of Religious Affairs, we don't need it. Why we don't need it? Because the UPND president, the Zambian president-elect, President Hakainde Hichilema, has an open door policy. Any church, they have a direct access to his office. So why do we need a ministry? Just to pay money to salaries for people who are doing nothing? And we are going to separate powers. UPND in their manifesto, they are saying there is a separation of power. So there is no need to have a religious affairs ministry. Having a religious affairs ministry is actually controlling, is a form of control. That's what HPF was doing, paying these pastors brown envelopes so they cannot speak against, you know. That's why people like me ended up starting to speak, because there was nobody speaking. I'm not a politician myself. I am not, but I just saw the way things were going to say, PF paid everybody. Everybody was paid. Human Rights Commission, church shut up money, artists, you know. That's why they were so sure they were going to win this election. And we don't want this to repeat itself. Zambia is a democracy. We don't need a Ministry of Religious Affairs. Every registered church in Zambia, they have direct access to Plot 1. They can go and talk to him directly. And we have to have a freedom. We have to provide checks and balances. If something is not going right, we have to speak. And that's how we are going to have a healthy democracy. And that's how we can move forward as a country for improvement. Otherwise, these people who are complaining, they want free education, whatever, but PF, and if we should just ignore them. That's my recommendation. Let's ignore PF. Their chapter is closed. They lost miserably. A sitting government to lose the way they lost is just a disgrace. It's just showed how much people wanted them to get out. So that's it, guys. We'll see you soon. I'll try to come on. I didn't listen to the president to the presidential address in Parliament. So when I listen to it, I think sometime next week we can come on and discuss in detail. We can look at what he said and see what is there for us by youth. Me, my passion is for youth. I want to see how I can help by youth become better in the new government. So with that being said, follow Queen Pumi, like my page. We are here. Otherwise, you can inbox me. I always read your comments. So if you have anything, you can write it in your comments. If it's private, you can write it in inbox. I'll try to respond to you when I have time. Otherwise, have a wonderful weekend. It's a great feeling to be in the new Zambia. We thank God for everything, and God bless you all. Love you all, and thank you for following Queen Pumi. Thank you.